The City Council's redistricting process is underway, and Council is asking for your input in deciding how the new Council district boundaries will be drawn. Councilwoman Amanda Sandoval, who is the chair of the redistricting committee, sat down with two very important constituents to discuss the process.
Hello, I am Councilwoman Amanda Sandoval, Northwest Denver District 1, and I'm here to talk about the redistricting process with two of my favorite constituents, my daughter and my mom. Hi.
Hi.
How are you two?
Good.
Good. So thanks for talking to me about this important process, redistricting. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it a lot.
I have heard you talk about it, but I don't quite understand everything. What is it? What's going on?
Yeah, so redistricting is an important process in Denver where every 10 years we look at the geographic boundaries and the population within each council district, and that happens every 10 years.
Why every 10 years?
That's a great question. So every 10 years, the United States does the U.S. Census, where it does a whole entire population count through the entire United States. Denver has changed and population has changed. And so when the U.S. Census numbers come out, that's when we have a full count of how many people are living in Denver.
That's cool. What does it have to do with me?
It's representation. Each person has a council person, right? And in their council district. And representation matters for your values, for things that you hold important. And we want each council person to have the same or as close to possible same population. And then you have a council person who has your vote and your values at hand.
So will every council district change, or how is that going to work?
It will all change on when we get the information from the census to look at where that population growth has occurred. Has it occurred in Northwest Denver? We all know that we had a hospital, St. Anthony's Hospital. It got redeveloped. The Central Platte Valley has really changed in the last 10 years. There's been a lot of growth out near the airport. So we'll have to see where that population growth comes in. So each council district will, I think, ultimately change in the end.
Wow. What are you looking for in the redistricting? What's important?
What we are really interested in are communities of interest. So whether it be a religious area, a community of interest, cultural community area of interest. What's your community of interest?
Well, I went to North, so definitely the north side. But then also I lived downtown for a little. I think that for the most part it's where I live, so in our little community by Berkeley.
For me, Northwest Denver, the north side is a very important community of interest and having those neighborhoods intact. And we found this tool that came out of Princeton University called representable.org. And it's a mapping software where you can go in and you can create your own community of interest. So then the goal would be to look at the communities of interest and then overlay the council districts so that we're making sure that those communities of interest have representation. And every vote counts.
Can anyone get on that site?
Anybody can get on that site.
Oh.
Yeah, we have for the first time in redistricting history, we have a dedicated website, denvergov.org/redistricting. You go in there and you create a little profile, and then you can create it and you hit upload, and your community of interest is up there so we can see them as we're going through this process. We oftentimes in city government, we hear that community is not part of the process. And so we wanted to make sure that this time community was part of the process by using this tool, representable.org. A man that you both know, my dad, used to say, if you're not on the table at the table, you're on the menu. That's why this process about talking about communities of interest is so important, to make sure that we have those voices at the table with us. That's something that's of absolute value of mine, is that we have public and community engagement.
So how long will the process take?
Denver's redistricting process should be finished by end of March of 2022. It seems like we're in hurry, wait. You know how at the airport you have to hurry, and then you have to wait sometimes? That's what this process has felt like. We're waiting for the census data to come out, and now we're doing communities of interest, but once everything finishes up at the end of the year on the state and the re-precincting, then we're going to be only 3 months to do a community process. That's why we want people to get involved now to know about it. Exactly.
Interesting.
So anybody in the city and county of Denver will have access to this tool. Last time, 10 years ago, we did not have access to this tool.
So will things just be sent by mail, or can you access it on your phone, computer, tablet, or anything?
It's mostly computer based right now, but that's a great question. We have the ability, if you contacted your council representative, we actually have some of the materials printed in English and Spanish. If you wanted to host a community meeting, we do have what's called a meeting in the box for you to facilitate your own meeting with your own friends to talk about what's important and your values are.
Oh, cool. But then I could also just share the link on social media and get it to my friends that way.
Absolutely. Share it on social media, share it on, I don't know what else you do, Snapchat.
Well, if I have any more questions, where else would I find information?
You can call your council person, so in your case, me. So your district council office, they have the information as well. You can visit our dedicated website at denvergov.org/redistricting, or we all have 2 at-large council members, so you can engage with them as well.
Oh,
Cool.
All right, well, thank you all for talking about
yeah,
redistricting.
thanks. This was really informative. It was very helpful.
Cool.
For more information, reach out to your council member or visit denvergov.org/redistricting. For more stories, check out Denver's YouTube page or tune in to Denver8.tv.